let us listen to this awesome, beautiful song by our special queen guest.
Gotta put your trust in Him. He will lead the way. Let Him heal you. Give me strength every day. Let Him heal you. Blessings come my way. Let Him heal you. Give me strength every day. Let Him heal you. Heal you. Blessings come my way. God, put your trust in Him. He will lead the way. Open your heart to Him. Take your pain away. He's our Savior. Our God. Let Him heal you. Give me strength every day. Let Him heal you. Blessings come my way. Let Him heal you. Give me strength every day. Let Him heal you. Blessings come my way. Out of the darkness, you were always there. I was torn and broken. I'm back in your grace. Lord, I will praise you. Lord, I will praise you. Let Him heal you. Give me strength every day. Let Him heal you. Blessings come my way. Let Him heal you. Give me strength every day. Let Him heal you. Blessings come my way. Let God give you the way and strength to go on and move on in your life. Let Him lead you through the way to the path of your destiny. May we all go into one. Give me strength every day. Gotta put your trust in Him. He will lead the way.
Amen, amen. Such a beautiful anointing song. I don't know how many times I played it just in my own space that I needed. Just to hear, let God heal you and lead the way. Welcome back, kings and queens. I pray you all enjoyed that awesome selection. Now we will have our Dewdrop newsletter and announcements by our queen host, Teresa C., followed by our other queen host, Lakeisha T., reading our special queen guest bio.
Thank you. And this is so amazing. I'm so glad to be back. And Happy New Year to everybody out there. Is our beautiful co-host. That's right, I said it. The other co-host, Lakeisha T., with our queen guest bio.
Thank you so much, Teresa. Yes, I will be introducing our new queen, Veronica Gonzalez, a.k.a. Vero G. She's a 34-year-old Latina from New York City. She's a singer, songwriter, model, actress, poet, TV, and radio host author. She has some experience with music industry in the ins and outs of hot work. She started to sing at a young age of 7 years old. She has been a member of the JHS 22 school choir, was also a member in the Change choir with Al Sharpton, and has received awards throughout her accomplishments. First place trophy for the Anti-Violence Awareness Certificate for Recognition. Her music is refreshing, upbeat, and lifting. She had just released her first single, Addicted. She had also performed on TV with the BronxNet Community Access Network with Rihanna Valentine's show, Open. She has appeared in various times on TV, the Manhattan Neighborhood Network, the Dynamic Show, the Home Invaders, Variety Show, Beyond the Focus TV Show, Soul Food TV, Vega 411, BME TV. Also been in TV appearances Beyond Focus TV and other appearances. Vero has done her second single, Can't Live Without You, featuring Cool Breeze, her upcoming album, Trials and Tribulations. Also, she has opened her own brand of the Vero G Spotlight through the Vero G Spotlight TV show, which is going on 3 years strong this year. Vero G Spotlight radio show, which is a hit of on her 1-year anniversary at DTF Radio every Wednesday at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Vero G Spotlight magazine, which gets released monthly. Vero also has released 2 doc films in 2020 and 2021. Through their eyes, The Mask Behind the Mask, and The Trials and Tribulations, that discusses about self-awareness, one about domestic violence survivors who overcame domestic violence. She has done some recent online domestic interviews, some such as Blessing Radio, Powerhouse Radio Show, Freedom K Radio, LA Talk Show, and much more. Also, she is a published model. Now back to our host, Earlina D.
Oh, my God. Lord, Lord, Lord. Thank you, Queens, for that. Oh, my God. Now, kings and queens, if y'all heard all that, you know this girl is bad. This queen is coming with power. I'm telling you. So are you ready to relate, release, and relax as I introduce a powerhouse? And believe me, she is somebody to reckon with. This queen has so many gifts and talents to share. Let us all welcome Vera G.
Thank you so much, ladies, for having me. I'm so honored. I made me going to cry. Thank you.
Woo. Girl, you one bad queen. I'm telling you, as I was sitting here just listening to it, even though I had read it myself, but just listening to it, I was like, Lord, I love you. I love you, God, because how he protects his own. How he, you go through so much in life, but when God got his hands on your life, I don't care what the enemy tries to do, even what we try to do to ourselves, because everything ain't the enemy. Sometimes it's just our selfish and don't want to be, released from that flesh. We love the desires of the flesh. But my queen, reading your book also, Trials and Tribulations, I was like, Some of the things you went through, I went through. Some of the things you endure, I endure. But let me tell you something. I thank God for someone like you, because there's so many us out there that don't know how to get through what you've been through. So I'm going to pass this baton, and I'm going to allow you to just share some of your testimony, because it's so good to hear it live than just reading it in the book. But just elaborate some of the things you went through, because we still want them to go out and purchase your book and your music. We want them to purchase that because God allowed our gifts and talents to be able to be a living source for us as well. So I'm going to pass this baton. Go ahead, my queen.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for having me on the show. It's a true honor. Thank you, and it's just amazing. So my story starts up very much many years ago. As the book is called Trials and Tribulations, an autobiography of Vero G, and pretty much it goes into depth into things I went through in my childhood and then entering towards my adolescence years, even till now. Pretty much, as you mentioned, I've been a domestic violence survivor for many years. I've been a rape victim. I've been in the foster care system. I've been homeless and pregnant. The list goes on of things I've encountered in my life, and I felt this was the testimony I had to be had to be given to me to tell to your listeners who are watching right now or viewing as we speak or listening, sorry. And I felt going through all these encounters and these things I went through in my life in the past, it made me nothing but a stronger person. And through God, I tell you, if I don't have faith in God, I don't know what else to give. But I think God has just used me as a vessel, as they say, to let other people know that if I went through all those things in my life, and I'm still helping people, inspiring people in my own ways of doing it with my platforms and helping people just from the kindness of my heart. I think now in the long run, people are like, wow, if she went through that and she is a prime example of somebody that's never giving up no matter what she went through. I want to be that for other people as well who's listening right now.
Amen. Amen. That is so awesome. You know, as I was reading your book when you were a little girl, the age that you said, listeners, the age, because I just get, you remind me so much of Selena. You remember the movie Selena?
Oh, my God.
You remind me so much of her life as I was reading your book. What age was it that you felt that you just was a singer?
It was around the age of 7 years old. It was just something in me. And families, they have music. That's like a part of our life. Like always having parties, music was a part of our life. And at that age, I felt like something that stood out, and I said, that's my gift, and I'm going to work on that definitely at that age.
Wow. And who inspired you to continue this career?
I would say there's so many people. I would say definitely my family, my friends, my supporters. I will also say, just people in general that, the ones that you least expect, the ones that are supporting you are the ones that are rooting for you, And I just want to thank everyone in general.
Yeah. Because as I was reading in your book, I've seen how your mother, even though your mother wrote poetry, she was speaking so much life into you. I know her inspiration had really played a big part in who you are today. Because I was like, oh, wow, I wish I could get her mom's poetry, because just reading your book and how she would read certain things to you and everything, I was like, oh, my God, that was just awesome. That was really awesome. And then there was another part in your book that really got to me, how you used to just go and just watch your family members sing and dance, and how you just, was inspired by that and ended up just having a beautiful voice yourself. That is just so awesome, so awesome. And then, after that, every listener, let me tell you something. You got to get her book, okay? Because we ain't going to tell you the whole book tonight. Then you won't have a reason to pick up, to get them fingers and order it. But it's some things that I'm touching on so you'll know. Her life wasn't easy. Just because she had a mother that was reading poetry, just because she had family members that were singing and dancing, just because she felt that singing was her gift, she went through so much that could have killed her, because even in her home, she went through abuse. She watched abuse. From being a domestic violence person, could you say the abuse that happened in your home allow you to accept the domestic violence that you endured?
Yes. I realized later on in my life, later on, not now, but like when I was younger, I felt like, when you see a cycle in your own home as a child, you thought that that's kind of what love is supposed to be. So later on, as of now, I kind of look back at it, and actually it took me 20-something years to finally seek therapy. It really took a hold on me, and going through all those kind of cycles in my life, and even my own relationships. I felt like, if a person, don't show me affection, I think that's the norm. Things I went through in my own home many years ago, I saw things that were like the norm. So when I went through my own relationships, I felt like, oh, okay, that's the norm, the controlling thing is fine and other things. But I realized down the line after going through therapy and everything that, no, those are things that are not normal in any kind of relationship.
Yes. And, I tell a lot of people, Queen, that they just don't know. Generational curses can just go from generation to generation to generation until someone step up and break that generational curse. Because we do, we look up to our parents. We look up to uncles and aunts and grandparents and all of these things. So when we see that type of abuse going on, we feel it's okay because they felt it was okay, because they stayed in it and they felt, so why wouldn't we stay in it? Mama got through it, grandma got through it, daddy got through it, so we'll get through it. So, and that's good that you went through counseling, because that's where you develop that low self-esteem and also that suicidal spirit comes. So much comes from abuse. Yeah. And then when you got older, I don't want you to give the key to let them know who was the person that raped you, because I want them to read this book. I want them to find out for themselves. But you even accepted that because you trusted this person and you loved them. But see, we think that's love, and we don't know that's not real love. We don't know love until we get a relationship with God, so he can show us love. We running out here with boyfriends, girlfriends, and we just say, oh, we in love. But we don't even know what love is, because we don't even love ourselves. Because if we loved ourselves, we wouldn't allow no one to call us out our name. We wouldn't allow someone to beat us. We wouldn't allow someone to cheat on us. We wouldn't allow people to just spit at us, stab us. If we loved ourselves, we would protect our heart. That's what God wants us to do. He wants us to protect our heart, because he knows that's the main thing the enemy is after, your heart and your mind. If he can break you down, he can destroy you. And I thank God that he had his hands on you. And just look at the outcome. Tell us a little bit about your ministry, because even though we say business, everything belongs to God. So it's God's ministry and everything. Tell us a little bit about your show, your radio, your podcast, your TV, your music.
Definitely. I always say, God, I always say, I leave it to God's hands whenever I do with anything with music or anything of that nature. I have to wait till he gives me the approval, and then from that point I do what I have to do. So, the TV show, we started doing that actually. We'll be making actually this year, God willing, the 4 years of the Vero Spotlight TV show, which we did going on 4 years ago. And we started, just the pilot show. And eventually what the concept of the show was pretty much, as being an independent artist myself, I felt like a lot of these promoters out there, or a lot of these places, they try to scam people or try to rip them off and not give them a fair deal. So with that in mind, I decided, let me do something out the norm as an artist and try to help people along the way, as also doing my own career. So down the line, I said, let's do this. I work with my business partner, who's on my management, JM Empire Media, and we decided to do this together. And, it's pretty much, like I said, we help out people, all independent artists out there, local talent, to get their platform and to their voice to be heard and to get, TV exposure. And then down the line, we actually branched off. I said, hey, what's the next thing that artists like to do besides radio or TV? It says radio. So let's do that. So we actually branched off from the TV show to the Vero Spotlight radio show, which is now, we changed the date, the time. Now it's 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be making, actually, this Wednesday, you guys, I'm excited because I'm about to hear first here. We're making this Wednesday our 2-year mark of the anniversary of the Vero Spotlight radio show, so I'm excited for that at DTF Radio. So that's like, I'm already going to cry about that. So besides that, we're going to do that, and that's every Wednesdays at 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You guys could definitely tune in at DTF Radio, and you guys can check that out on Google Play. You download the app, or if you have the iPhone, you can get that at the Apple Store. Definitely go support that. Then I said, I had one day, I was at home, I was on the couch, and I had an anointing, and I said, let me do it. And through the radio, I said, let's do now magazine, because that's another way that artists could get their voice to be heard instead of TV and radio. And I did it on my own. Nobody taught me. I just started from that point on, and it's 2 years strong now with the magazine publication. It's every month. It's a monthly distribution. It's called the Vero Spotlight Magazine, and it's been just phenomenal, just working on my own, just putting this out there and getting as many people to get their platform to be heard. And it's just all about God. God is always there behind me, pushing me and guiding me through all what I do, and it's all for Him and for everyone out there that's hearing right now this story, and just to help people to know that there are good people in this world that do want to help down the line with everything else.
Awesome. Awesome. That is so true. You know, I'm telling you, that is so true. And God bless you, Vera, for opening up doors for so many to come, because like you said, there are people out there scamming or taking, you know, advantage of us just being in the industry of doing movies and stage plays and writing books. You know, it ain't just for singing, everyone. It's for all them things that we got to be aware of. And God is bringing His people in the forefront so you'll be able to have somebody to carry you the right way. And I'm telling you, I really honor you and thank God for you for even doing that, because I know it ain't easy and I know it's hard, and sometimes we get a lot of lack of support, you know, and sometimes we want to walk away, but we look at what we came from and we look at what God brought us out of, and just looking back sometimes pushed me forward. You know, it pushed me even further to stand, to make a stand. Because, you know, my co-host, she's a singer as well. So I'm glad maybe she can collaborate with you, get in touch with you herself, and be able, because she has such a beautiful voice as well. So, you know, that's great, a great platform. So, Vera, what else I wanted to ask you, because we're going to go back over, where could the listeners purchase your book, Trials and Tribulations?
Yes, definitely. So you guys could find the book. It's available at Amazon, www.amazon.com. You could just type up Trials and Tribulations, an autobiography of Vero G, and you should usually pop up. You'll see it there. And, yeah, you could definitely get your copy there, if anything.
Yes. And it's Veronica Gonzalez, because I want to make sure I say that right.
No,
so Trials and Tribulations, guys, you definitely got to get that. You got to get that and read the whole roll. We just elaborated on a few things, but I'm telling you, I don't want to get, like I said, I don't want to give the listeners too much, but I want them to have enough to know this queen here been through some things. She didn't just wake up with a silver spoon in her mouth. She didn't just wake up, just because she has a beautiful voice, that the road was easy for her. She went through some things from, even in your book, you talked about drugs and all of that, being around drugs, being around abuse, being around all kind of things. And, you know, she could have been killed. Man, you get that book, y'all guys. Get the book. I'm telling you, I was like, God, you are awesome. I love how you protected her. And it's just so wonderful to see you just shine today, how beautiful you is. And that's a good thing, because you know what? Our scars don't even show. Our scars, people look at us like they ain't been through nothing. Baby, like I tell them, read my book. Like my daughter always says, Google me and y'all will find out what I've been through. You know, so just Google me. So it is just so awesome. I truly thank you. Could you tell me, also the listeners, about where could they get some of your music?
Yes. So you guys actually heard that's the single for my album Here I Am, which is out now. That's Let 'Em Hear You. And you guys could check out the album. It's called Here I Am, and it's available at all digital platforms. And right now, actually, as we speak, I'm working on my 5th EP album, which will be out by the summertime, or spring or summertime this year. It's called Energy, so I'm definitely excited for that this year. So I have more work coming soon to you guys.
Oh, well, I know I can't wait, you know, because I love the music. I love the one song and the other song, so I definitely will be listening and everything. That is so wonderful. So, Vera, if somebody was going through abuse right now today, and they reach out, somebody is going to listen. Someone is listening now, and they've been through abuse, and they're going through abuse right now, and they're ready to give up on their life. They don't feel no one there for them. They don't feel that there's no other outlet for them. And they just, or some just staying in the abuse because of their lowered self-esteem. Could you tell me, or the listeners, what would you say to that person?
Wow, that's a good question. Three things. I think there's more than three things, but this is something I would just say at the top of my head. First, for your listeners or for yourself, for anybody who's tuning in right now, I would say first know that if nobody told you you're beautiful or told you that you are loved, I'm telling you right now on the show that you are loved and you are precious. Second of all, I would say is, especially in being in a domestic violence situation, is very tough. I would say the best thing is to have a backup plan and have a safety exit plan where you know you have to have the extra bag, you know, have things that your attacker or you know what I'm saying, they won't know where you have things at and have things planned. So the time when you feel like you're ready before it gets to that point, you know what you have to do, and make sure you have people that are going to support you, not bash you, or tell you why you're not leaving him, why you're not leaving her. Those are not supportive people because they're not going through what you're going through in your situation. They have to be understanding and open-minded, and without those people that will help you, will get you back into your life, into another situation where your life and your future hold on your account, and make sure that you go somewhere that you're going to be safe and you start your life all over again. And another thing I would say is just stay positive and don't give up.
Yeah.
That's key. Don't give up.
Yes, 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 yes. That is so awesome, and that is so true. You know, and like I tell people, you know, I share my testimony like I know you do. I share my testimony and let them know because, you know, we were always taught what stays behind doors in the house stays there. And we were like, because you felt that you was going to hurt whoever was around you, hurt them by telling your testimony. And that's what hindered us. We hinder ourselves not stepping out to share that testimony because someone else is going through it and they need to hear how you made it. It's so easy to tell somebody, hey, girl, you know, you can get off them drugs. You can do this. You can leave him. Oh, you deserve better. But not telling them exactly how you put down the drugs, how you made it over, how you walked out the door. Because we can tell somebody to walk out, and they can walk out, and that could be their life. Because it's a way you have to do it. You can't just leave, you know. So we share our testimony to help someone else out there to know, hey, God is able. He is able. If you're willing and ready, and you ready to surrender, you ready to get your life right, you ready to give it all up, God is able. He will direct you. He will protect you. He will guide you. He will do it all when your heart is ready. Because if your heart ain't ready, you're going to continue going back and forth in that cycle. You're going to keep going back. Keep going back. Soon as they bring the flowers, soon as they say, I love you, soon as they say, I didn't mean it, soon as they say, you the best thing that ever happened, they even play the key saying, I'm going to kill myself if you leave me. So, you know, we got to know that when we ready, have faith and believe, God will give you the answer. He will give you the direction. He will lead you. He will protect you. And he will give you the people in your life that can help you walk away. I'm telling you, I truly enjoyed your testimony. I enjoy your book. I enjoy your music. I even enjoy you. So again, Vera, could you tell the listeners how they can get in touch with you if they want to reach out to you, how they can get your music and your books again?
Sure, definitely. So, guys, if you want to find me, my social media is, my Instagram is at official Vero G, OFFICIAL VEROG. That's all together. You guys could follow me pretty much on my website at www.verogmusic.com. I have an artist page on Facebook as well. You guys could check me there as well. That's at Vero 2884. It's Vero G. And my book, you can find that at Amazon. You could type up Veronica Gonzalez and put Trials and Tribulations and Autobiography of Vero G. You can check that there. And also my music. You could check that all digital platforms. The Here I Am album is out now. All other albums are out there as well, guys. Just type up Vero G with a period, and you guys can find all my information there as well. Thank you so much for having me. And a big shout-out to you and your amazing team. Thank you, guys. A big shout-out to all my amazing fans, my supporters, Gemini Stacks, Jason Morello, Gary. The list of so many people. I just want to thank everyone who's been just there for me, and I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you, Queen. We appreciate you. Is there any other last words that you would like to say to our listeners?
Yes. I always say is, in life, just stay positive, believe in yourself, and down the line, just love who you are. There's nobody tell you any different, but love who you are at the end of the day.
Wow. Amen. Amen.